S26 Ultra is getting better, and this time we got the first look of S26 Ultra. Yes, it's confirmed. Although S25 Ultra is on a really good deal from Samsung for a limited time, which you can avail from prior listed in this video. Samsung is changing the back design on S26 Ultra. There are a bunch of sources shared the design of S26 Ultra, like how it will gonna look like. But we got the real look of the Galaxy S26 Ultra. These are the dummies for the S26 Ultra in black and white color. The main thing we can see on these dummies is the back camera of S26 Ultra. There's no surprise anymore as Samsung changed the design of S26 Ultra. The design looks exactly like the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and yes, it will wobble on the table. Overall, the design seems good and looks perfect in other sense. Although he didn't share the side of the phone, but looking at the phone and all, it definitely looks thinner compared to the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and it is actually thinner as confirmed by multiple sources. S26 Ultra will be 7.9mm thicker compared to 8.2mm on S25 Ultra, yet Samsung is achieving more on S26 Ultra compared to S25 Ultra. The corners doesn't seem that rounded but will be slightly more rounded compared to the S25 Ultra. The dummies didn't show the front of the phone, but looking at the previous stuff, things are slightly different compared to the last generation, and there's a whole new concept about the M14 technology and all. There's another thing which some people really care about and some don't, is the RAM options. Well, in my last videos, I was sharing the 16 gigs of RAM is coming on S26 Ultra. Guess what? That information is partially true. Only a limited market could see a 16 gigs of RAM, like China, as all models including 1TB version, we're going to see the same 12 gigs of RAM on S26 Ultra. Now for some, this is nothing. But Samsung is doing the same thing from the past couple of years, and this update is much needed. Yet, 12 gigs is standard on S26 Ultra for 2026. Now, Samsung is surprising us with the battery of Galaxy S26 Ultra. Samsung was struggling in recent days when we talk about the battery. Yes, in terms of size. All other brands were pushing, even Apple did it with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Yet, Samsung was standing at 5000 mAh battery. Now, there's a good news. According to the source, we are going to see a 5200 mAh battery on S26 Ultra. Now, there are a bunch of different sources. Initially, even the certification confirmed we are going to see a same 5000 mAh battery. Yet at the last moment, there is a change. Still, we'll have to wait for the real confirmation from any other source. The battery is changed, we get it, but it's not a massive change compared to the 5000 mAh battery. Yes, a slight change, but the processor and display efficiency is what matters. According to my internal source, Samsung is optimizing the new processor, and with the new M14 panel, we could see some massive battery gains on S26 Ultra. Fingers crossed for the battery, but the charging speed is more or less confirmed. According to iUniverse, I've always insisted on 60 watt, not 45, and the actual test results are as I expected. The S26 Ultra has indeed made significant improvements in charging. Not only wired charging, but there is also an update with the wireless charging on S26 Ultra, which makes S26 Ultra quite appealing. According to industry sources on the 11th, Samsung plans to equip the Galaxy S26 Ultra with 25 watt of wireless charging and the standard and plus models with the 20 watt of wireless charging. And this would be the difference. In theory, 25 watt can shorten charging time by 40% compared to the 15 watt. On this note, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.